just learned, don't ask for an autograph unless you've got a pen that works. Here, hang on. Here you go. There you go. Use that one there. All right, well, I want it back. That was expensive. No one's going home because it was such a huge win for Harley Quinns today. It's been a long, long time since they've beaten Saracens in the Premiership. So this is what happens at the end of a game. The players come out and meet the fans and they sign autographs. It's really quite lovely and people kind of hang out and have a bit of a chat. And then you often get players coming out from opposing teams having a bit of a chat with each other. This is Al, our sound guy. Not as quick as he used to be. Gets in shot down again. Look, it's been a brilliant derby weekend, so we wanted to kind of celebrate the great thing about this league, and it is rivalries and derbies and those great days when it's not about the league table, it's just winning against a team you don't like very much, Lal. Your greatest derby day, remind me.
Well, I think in the old days of Betamax television, I think Queens and Wasps, when they were both London clubs, was the big derby. You know, they really didn't like each other and made a debut against Queens. Played against them an awful lot and thankfully got on the better side of them. But we ended up playing Leicester a lot more in the derby at Twickenham.
Was there a certain player who you just couldn't wait to kind of get your hands on and go up against?
Well, I think when you play...
Not the referees, not there.
When you play for your clubs, obviously people like Jason Leonard and guys that you meet up with in England camp, and then you sort of forget your club rivalries when you're playing against each other. So you'd have no problem stepping all over me.
Are you lads waiting for a bus or something? What's your favourite rivalry?
To the great dog.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
Tries.
Tries.
Okay. Derbies.
I can't have my back turned to the legends.
I made my full debut against Wasps when I scored on my debut. So I love playing against Wasps, especially in the early 2000s. Lawrence captained them beautifully. Heineken Champions Cups, Premiership. So to be able to play against them and kind of spark that rivalry and score, that was cool.
Okay, your hand was on my bottom for that whole chat. You know that. I liked it. Benny, how about you? Just hold hands. Stop it, boys. I like it, but stop.
Number 3 from Liverpool. Yeah.
What are you looking for? Do you like cinema or theatre?
Depends what sort. Carry on, quickly.
Quick, rivalries.
Oh, well, Lawrence mentioned it. Wasps and us always had a decent rivalry. There's a picture that I have on my bedroom wall, actually. It's quite nice, isn't it? Lawrence is pulling the leg in nice and close to an area of his body, and Cos has got him by the throat. But that was a fairly standard... That was sort of our expansive rugby of that era. But yeah, there was some decent battles going on. But that was always nice, too. My mates going at it.
The smile on Jono's face, absolutely loving that fricka there.
Just see Austin's forehead poking through. But the size of Austin's forehead, he's probably about 20 metres away, to be honest.
You can see Austin's forehead from the space station, actually. I don't know if you know that. It's a true fact. How about you? Your favourite rivalry? Oh my God, hang on. How long we got?
I've got a few. I played a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's got to be the Midlands and getting my head taken off. My poor mum's got to watch me having my head punched off my shoulders. It's got to be the highlight. Either that or me pulling Alessandro Tuolangi off the pitch by his hair might be another highlight.
That's such a crazy move, by the way. But let's talk about the punch. Let's have a little look at it.
Oh, really?
I mean, ridiculous, but how did this feel? Because it looked like a good one.
Well, I think it was a bit unjust for me taking off the ball, but it still doesn't sit quite right with me. I was actually in having a Sunday dinner the day after this with 12 stitches in each eyebrow, and I'm sat at a table eating away, and there's a guy stood at the bar and he's watching the news, and he's like, "Oh, what has happened to that lad?" And it was me sat there eating my Sunday roast, watching me get my head taken off. Yeah.
You certainly got your revenge in early with the way you tickled his back.
Yeah. The tickles are so
Do you know they actually changed the video referee laws off the back of that?
Really? Because of you?
Mm-hmm. So with Wayne Barnes, they realised they'd messed up after it, and when they went into
It's not the first time a few laws have been changed because of you, Ashley. Lads, thank you very much for sharing those memories. It's been such a memorable weekend, hasn't it? Here's a little reminder what happened.
Well, it's a special place to be on Derby Day.
But which is the biggest derby in the land right now?
It is showtime.
Sale looking to inflict more pain. The hands are slick. Roebuck 1v1. What a step. Sale ruthless. What East Midlands derby dreams are made of.
And Ibitoye will have his hat-trick, the most topsy derby of affairs.
And Lawrence breaking free for a score, a really important one. Of course it's fighting.
Big derby weekend. It's been magic.
Yeah, look, it was a brilliant weekend right across the board, but I have to say, what a brilliant way to finish. It was just so exciting at the end there. So we're inside the tunnel here, and sorry, how are you? You well? Good to see you. Yeah. It's all very relaxed, I have to say, chilled out in here. Hi, boys, how's it going? You well? That was sensational stuff. Seriously, what a great victory. How are you feeling there?
Oh yeah, a bit knackered. But yeah, over the moon. It's been far too long since we've been Saracens, so yeah, just don't know. Overriding emotions, just happy that.
There's a slope on this floor, right? There we go. Let's rebalance the books. It looked very physical out there.
Yeah, I mean it always is against them. They got some big, strong ball carriers, but we got stuck in. We tried, and we managed to get in front of them and get in the way.
Talk to me about the rivalry. We love talking it up on Derby weekend, but this one feels kind of newer and very, very real.
Yeah, I mean, it's as long as I've been here, it's always been a big game, the London Derby, and we've often come second best, been the ugly sister to our North London rivals, so you get the emotion of it. every single game, and the last couple of years have been a few poor performances. So we're looking to right those wrongs and get, like you said, get stuck in, and the emotions are always running high.
I mean, look, you're a young fella. Do you have to be told about the rivalry? Does it have to be instilled in your head? Do you have to be brainwashed to really dislike them?
Oh, I don't know about that. Like Chiz said, it's just we've been on the wrong end of the scoreline too many times. So I suppose this week we just turn the focus onto ourselves, and I don't know even what to say. I'm just over the moon, to be honest. I don't think I've beaten Saracens, so particularly happy.
I'm watching you celebrate there, but but you're mauling Sarries into touch. That's such a big deal, right? No, it is. I get it. We get it, because they're a big physical side, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. We knew we had to front up. I think we're probably most pleased about the defence and the changes we made over the pre-season. So, yeah, we had to celebrate the small wins. I suppose I made that one look like a slightly bigger one than it was, but just emotion taking over.
I'm just hearing the music, by the way, coming out of the dressing room. It sounds really awful. Who chooses the music?
I think it's Nick David today. It's
really?
usually a battle. Who can get on it the quickest?
What is it? What's he playing in there?
I don't know. He loves dance and house. It's not my cup of tea.
We're too old for that. Yeah, lads, go in and celebrate. Have a great Sunday. Sunday's the best day to go for a few. It really is. Now, Kitman, right? Very important role in every single club. Just getting everything sorted out, but also organising the music player in there and making sure there's beers in there. This is Woody, who takes control of things here at Quinns. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, Craig. You?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. None of the players ever asked me. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's our job, isn't it? The Kitman. Ask everyone's, who they are.
Just to remind everyone, so at 3 o'clock kickoff, what time are you here at the club? How early?
Depends really. Some games are 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, prepping up, done by about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then just calm before the storm.
It's like having, kids at home when they all go to playgroup in school and you get the house perfect, and then they come home from school and destroy the place, Woody, right?
Yeah. My OCD is a nightmare. Yeah, it's like kids have just put 10 pounds of Semtex off in the changing rooms, so yeah, constantly cleaning up after them.
Semtex, I've no idea what you're talking about. Tell me this, who is the quirkiest in there in that dressing room? Who causes you the most problems?
I'd say Lennox. Yeah, Lennox. Sometimes Joe Marler, but, he's a big pussycat at heart.
So Lennox has taken over from Joe as the one. What kind of stuff does he get up to in there?
Oh, he's always the last one out of the changing rooms, and he just sits there and just chills.
Do you remember back in the day? I remember when Sale used to play back in Stockport, and Sebastian Chabal was playing, and he'd go into the dressing room like an hour and a half after the final whistle, and he'd be sitting there with his top off and a pair of jeans, smoking cigarettes. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember that, but none of that here. No, he just sits in his boxer shorts, probably with a towel around his waist, and just chats and chills, has a few beers, and then he's just, slow.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, look, it's great talking to you. Thank you for all the work you do and letting us put cameras in there and do all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic. Now, you better go take care of those kids. They're smashing up the place, Woody. Take care of yourself. All the best. Oh, and tell Nick Evans that he's doing kicking with myself and Benny Kay. Here's the big question, right? I bought my wrong shorts with me today. I brought my Gaelic football shorts. They're the Wicklow colours. They're a bit tight, though. Should I wear them for this kicking thing? Send in your votes, please, to your TNT social. Thanks very much. We'll see you after the break. They're very tight. Welcome back to the Rugby Review Show. Benny, you all ready for the old kicking thing? Oh, yeah. Nick Evans said we're going to do some tackling.
You don't got your shorts on yet?
No, I can't get them on yet. I need to.
Well,
No, I haven't. I just need to. I need some talc.
And it's cold. It is cold.
I'm going to talk about this in a minute, okay? Chris Evans, our Hollywood star, our version of The Rock as well. And we've also got the real ones. Have a look at this.
Hey, rugby fans, it's an exciting time as the 2024 Autumn Nations Series kicks off on TNT Sports with an epic clash between England and the mighty All Blacks at Twickenham.
Can't wait for all the tests and rucks and tries. I'm learning rugby words. Did you know there's something called a blood bin?
While rugby relies on the highest level of teamwork, we'd like to invite you to see our new movie, Red One, which showcases the three of us working together as a team to save Christmas.
How did...
I adjusted it to reality. No more questions. Now get in.
Yeah, I can see the scrums now trying to get into the cinemas.
I have no idea if that makes any sense, but it sounds damn cool. Nice job, Chris. Don't miss the Autumn Nation series on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus.
We need to prepare for the possibility of no Christmas.
So, Chris, which team are you going to back this series?
The red one.
Wales?
I'm going for the green ones. How about you?
I'll go for the white one.
Yeah, you?
Red.
Red. Okay, go for the blue ones. There you go. The Autumn Nation series. That's coming your way very soon indeed. Now, though, it's all about the Gallagher prep. Do you want to? I feel weird just standing. Should we walk? Should we do that?
That'd be nice.
Because Chris, the cameraman, the airbag's gone off a bit over summer, so we need to get him a bit of exercise. Thank you, Chris, for keeping up. Look, it was a great derby weekend. Some games not as close as we would have hoped. Let's start with Sale against Newcastle. Tough time for Newcastle at the moment.
It's very tough. They started the first two games okay, actually, but obviously the loss at home to Leicester really took it out of them. Sale looked really, really good. Aaron Reid again with his pace has been amazing this year, but it became a bit of a training run, and that'll be a big worry for Steve Diamond. How does he get a little bit of confidence back into his team, because they are going to be struggling for the rest of the season. That was a fantastic offload over the top from Joe Carpenter, man of the match, another try for Reid. But from a Newcastle perspective, we need them at least being able to come to away games and be able to put up some sort of performance. It was too easy for Sale.
Roebuck absolutely brilliant again. Loving those high balls, those diagonal kicks. Him in England, what are you thinking in autumn, Chris?
Both wingers were amazing. Reid played for Scotland in the summer, and Roebuck, he's just so strong in the air. And international rugby, a lot of it is you can gain such momentum by winning those kicks back, so it's very important. But we need a fastest man race at some point in this league. We've got some quick players right now. Reid running around Radwan does not happen all the time.
But then Radwan did get back to him, so I think Reid's footwork looked a little bit more sharp, but then Radwan did have the top speed to get back to him.
A weekend for wingers. A lot of tries from wingers this weekend. Exeter against Bristol. I mean, Exeter had a 20-point lead at one stage, Ashley. I mean, it's a tough time for them at the moment. Rob must be scratching his head, Rob Baxter.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of experience in their squad, and Rob speaks every week, and you can hear it in his voice that he's just trying to get his message across. They need to manage the games better. They did the same against Leicester first round. They lost it in the latter stages of the game. They've done that again on the weekend, but it's not for trying. They scored tries all over the place. Fayo Mboso was on the score sheet again. Gabriel Itoje got a hat-trick in 9 minutes, not beating my record, thankfully.
That record's great though, hasn't he? Yeah, there's so many good wingers out there. We just talked about the two from Sale. Ibitoye has been outstanding. Brown Bampo here gets his first couple as well, and then on the other side we know Faye Boso can do it, so it's going to be fascinating over the next couple of years.
I love what Pat Lam said after the game. He said, no, we knew we could score 3 tries in 18 minutes. I love the confidence of the Bristol attack at the moment. It's brilliant, Ben.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between the two teams. Bristol have been winning games that no one would have thought they would away from home. Their away form's been unbelievable. Exeter, you just feel that confidence has gone from them. They should have seen that game out, but with the question marks they've had over the last couple of weeks, they couldn't.
A bundle load of tries in this West Country derby. Gloucester decent in the first half, Ashley.
Yeah, both teams started so well. No one really wanted to take it. First of all, it was tit for tat, which I'm all for a load of tries, Craig, so I didn't mind it at all. It's when it got later on in the game, you just feel as though Gloucester really and their forward pack really started to take the game away from Gloucester. But Gloucester, they've got a plan. They're trying to put it into place. It's going to take some time, but it's just how many points before you start finding wins.
Really important in this game that Bath did find a way back, because a lot of people making them favourites at the beginning of the season. Last week took a lot out of them, and to have wrestled back from a dark place early on in the game, that'll give them so much confidence that actually, yeah, we are the real deal this year.
Finn 2 Shed nil said that tweet, which I really like, because when he silenced the Shed last year with his finger to his lips after getting that kick, he's been absolute box office again, hasn't he? But this try, and as well, just the hair and the breeze and slow-mo, it's just
very similar to me.
Very similar.
Yeah.
I tell you who was outstanding yesterday, Ollie Lawrence.
Yes.
For Bath, he was so good. Steve Borthwick will be so happy with seeing him play this, because it's an area of the game that we need to, for England, get some momentum, and he's going to provide that.
Yeah, he starts for England, right in your eyes. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Leicester Tigers, welcome back. That was a proper old-school Leicester Tigers performance. They were scarily good and physical at times, Benny.
Yeah, it was, and made good decisions, as you saw there. Obviously that's something from the training ground, but really good tap penalty move, foxing a team that you think that Leicester are going to try and drive it over from there, nothing flash, and they end up with a try. The Saints will be really disappointed. They had plenty of opportunities to get over the line, and they were held up on a couple of occasions, but it was a very dominant Leicester performance, and probably Leicester would have needed that with how things have gone over the last couple of years with Saints, I don't think Saints are on their way out by any means. They've still got plenty in there, but they need to get back to what they were doing really well last year, which was their quality of their defence and their physicality allied to what we know they can do with ball in hand.
And we're only hearing good things about Michael Cheika and the effect he's having on the team. Big win for Harley Quinns, and the style and the manner of the win is even bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, they've had a really mixed start to the season, Quinn, so they will take so much. You see from some of the younger players' reaction after the game, how happy they were to get this result for the team today. So the defence won them the game without doubt today. They've had to face some adversity, and Saracens coming back to it. They managed to keep them at bay. Lee Halfpenny was showing all his experience from the backfield, just covering kicks, which Saracens on another day would probably win back. Marcus Smith, outstanding again, just creating breaks. He's so sharp in attack. He's another player that we hope to see for England in a few weeks.
And we're hearing Andy Christie, well, he went to hospital with that lower leg injury. It looked quite serious at the time. We wish him the very best indeed. Okay, this is how the table looks after 4 rounds in this year's Gallagher Premiership. Bristol, top of the chart, scoring a load of points, plus 33 for them, 17 points, just one ahead of Saracens. Bath and Leicester all making the top 4. You feel that's right at the moment. That looks right from those performances. It's weird to see Exeter down at 9th. They haven't won yet this season. I'm sure they will at some stage. And Newcastle, minus 100 when it comes to the points difference. Steve Dine will do all he can to sort that out. We had some interesting decisions over the course of the weekend. One that got you kind of animated was on Tommy Raffel, and it was a tackle height issue.
Yeah, well, it's not actually a tackle height. The TMO said it's foul play.
Вот нам танцует мои слова. Я творю свой мир, ломаю устои. Без танца не сломлюсь, я воин идей. В моем сердце огонь, глаза яркий свет. Я иду на пролом сквозь терник к звездам. Он the grind, мой девиз, мой путь неустанный. On the grind, я качаю биты, мои рифмы снаряды летят сквозь лимиты. Я творец своей судьбы, я во власти этих слов. On the grind, я меняю мир, ломая устои. On the grind, я меняю мир, ломая устои. Не ищу легких путей, не боюсь преград. Я иду к своей цели, как танк, невзирая на трудности. Это лишь ступени вверх. On the grind, я взлетаю, как птица с ветра вперед. Я художник своей жизни, пишу свой сюжет. Каждый день это новый виток, новый взлет. Не боюсь ошибок, я учусь на лету. On the grind, я расту, становлюсь сильнее. On the grind, я качаю биты, мои рифмы снаряды летят сквозь лимиты. Я творец своей судьбы, я во власти этих слов. On the grind, я меняю мир, ломая устои. On the grind, я качаю биты, мои рифмы снаряды летят сквозь лимиты. Я творец своей судьбы, я во власти этих слов. On the grind, я меняю мир, ломая устои. On the grind, я веду до конца. Моя жизнь это пламя, моя душа песня.
Because he starts on the floor, but he's actually in really good position, low down, and then his knee touches the floor, but he's trying to get low. And if you look at the height that Sam Graham goes in at, that's where we're looking at. If he goes any higher, he's likely to catch him in the face. So to penalise someone for that when you're asking players to go low, even if his knee momentarily, it's not. I think that law was brought in about not playing on the floor for people out of the game that then suddenly tackle someone that's going past. It wasn't that it was particularly dangerous. I can take the point that you can say he got an advantage because he goes to his knee first, but it's a fraction of a second. And I just think if we're telling players to go lower, we want them to go lower. And he's trying to make a tackle at sort of thigh height. You've got to. That can't be a yellow. I don't think anyone looks at that after the game and goes, "Oh, that should have been a yellow card. Why is the TMO not coming in?"
Can we look at that again? Because actually it looks like really good chop tackle technique, and we see a lot of that. We see a lot of it in international rugby. So when we look at this again, what are you seeing as the problem here, or do you see a problem with this tackle at all?
I think in the game yesterday it was very hard for the referee because the TMO came in and he didn't have the footage.
Yeah.
The referee didn't have access to this, which makes it so hard for him to make a rugby-based decision. The TMO is on his own in the truck making the decision without conferring on the referee, so that makes that bit really hard. So he's actually not seen it. So we've got a TMO on his own making the decision. A split second, there's a bad injury. I think maybe he could be guilty of the outcome based more than
referee,
what he did.
TMOs have said they're going to do that. They said, if it's a bad injury, it's likely to play into, the croc rolls, for example. If someone rolls onto a knee and they're badly injured, that's going to be seen as extreme danger. But I think that is just a rugby incident. We saw a couple of them happen today where a player goes to the knee, but because this is one here, this is a drop to the knee to try and get low enough to make the tackle from Finn Baxter, who was absolutely brilliant. No one's saying that's dangerous, but had Maui come in at a slightly strange angle and ended up getting injured, perhaps that might have been a yellow card against Finn Baxter. But I don't think we should be looking for reasons to send people off the field when they're trying to do what World Rugby have said, change their behaviour, get low.
No, fair observation. You need to get those balls ready because we're going to have a kicking demo thing. So I'll leave you. Just check out this outfit. I don't know if he knows. Tyrone Green can see what is this situation. Look at the trousers. I mean, what are they even made of? No socks. Hi, sorry. What? Just what's going on here? Anyone know a band called E17? What's going on?
I'll try something new. Mixed reviews, I've heard.
It's lovely. It's great. It's so Christmassy. I love it.
It's a bit white though. Easily get dirty, but yeah, no, I like it.
Well done. Good to see you. No, it's good. You're brave. Oh my word. I want to tell you a story about warring families. The Daglishas and the Williams. It all looks fine on the outside, but once they close their doors, well, it is absolute carnage because some of the families support Saracens and some of the families support Harley Quinns. These are the two Robs. And I tell you something, Christmas Day is bad, but Derby Day, it's a nightmare.
Hi, we're the Williams and the Daglish family.
Hi, my name's Rob.
I'm Zoe. I'm Tish.
I'm Rob.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Mick. I support Saracens.
And I support Harley Quinns.
I support Quinns.
I support Saracens.
I'm a Saracens fan.
I'm a Harley Quinn supporter.
and we're one big happy family until it comes to Derby Day.
We've supported Harley Quinns for about 12 years now. We just like the way that Harley Quinns were playing.
For me, we went to one of the Twickenham double-headers. I wasn't actually a rugby fan at the time, so it was a neutral experience for me. These guys were Quinns supporters, and I thought just to break the mould, I thought it'd be fun to muddy the waters and become a Saracens fan, yeah. Over Sunday dinner, there can be a few P's being flicked, especially if results have not gone our team's way, but yeah, overall we're quite civil.
Yes, come on!
My best derby memory would be the 2022 semi-final. Quinns took the lead fairly early. Danny Kerr was sort of geeing up our supporters, which we didn't like. We came back and won that game quite comfortably, and to deny your local rivals the opportunity to go to Twickenham, that was pretty special.
We went to one at Wembley and we won 42-14, and Rob had driven us there with Harley Quinns all over his car, and we were dragging him all the way up to the back of the car. Yeah, we've won. He was like, yeah, well, I wouldn't be too noisy because you're going to walk home otherwise.
So my worst derby day memory, probably the 2019 away game at the Stoop. Salary cap scandal would just sort of reared its head, and we lost by 30 points that day. So yeah, that was pretty raw.
I don't really have any bad days at the derby.
Because Saracens always win.
Yeah.
We'll try and get to the games in person, but if not, we'll be in this room. Yeah, there's certainly gloating from this lot. If they get a rare win,
this room's just electric when we're watching it all together. It's carnage.
But luckily, last few wins, yeah, they've been in the black and red.
Normally we just sit with our tails in between our legs.
Having a couple of glasses of red wine and just chilling out thinking, maybe next time.
That banter makes it even more special.
Especially watching it and all of a sudden there's a knock on or there's a yellow card and you're all disputing it. No, that was fine. No, it weren't. Yes, it was.
The neighbour knows what the score is before we've even told him because he can hear us cheering.
I think it's good for the children as well, so that they can find how to actually behave. It's working, they're sharing.
Yeah, yeah.
Sharing crisps, sharing rugby teams.
I have got one good moment though, haven't I? It's got to be when the Cornish Pirates beat Saracens. And I always bring them up. Yeah, I know. I just keep rubbing it in their face because I've got a nice little poster on my bar. When we sit there having a little drink, I think, you lost me.
Well, I'll rip that off in a minute.
No, you won't. Can't wait for the game against Quinns.
This is definitely the biggest game of the season when we're in this room or at the stadium.
It's always nice to turn up at theirs and make their day a little bit more miserable. So fingers crossed we can get the win, and it'll be a long drive home for this one. So.
Can you tell who's who? With a miserable face? Not miserable? Miserable face. Let's start with miserable face, Rob.
Yep. I can't really complain. Fair play to Quinns. They were just incredible on the day. And yeah, Sarri's just made numerous errors. That's all I can put it down to.
You know, you've said all this out loud, and he's going to use this for the next year to get back in your face. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's had 5 years of silence, so it's about time they had something to chant about. So yeah, let him have it.
Hey, you were good today.
What a great game, fantastic. The players were absolutely brilliant. 5 years, we done it. We booed them over. Showdown next.
Oh, the show, of course, yeah, they got to go. Yeah. What I enjoyed about that victory today, though, was the defensive side of it. It wasn't like old school Harlequins just kind of being a bit loose in the attack. It was a very controlled defensive effort, wasn't it?
Absolutely fantastic, yeah. I agree with you, Mike. Brilliant, really good.
So what's it going to do to your season, do you think, going to win like that?
You never know, Premiership final.
Do you hear this? You hearing this here? You hear what he said? Look at the face on you.
Yeah, I haven't really much to say, to be honest. I think Quinns are a team that could really contest it today. And
sorry, this is you guys during the game. That's you being very happy. And yeah, well, you're looking.
He's not happy, is he?
No,
not a happy bunny at all. No.
Oh, very grumpy. He smiled, but that's the kind of smile that says, "I'm going to rip your face off, mate." You nudge me again.
Yeah, pretty much. Literally just nudging all game. Look, what is he doing with that hat? Embarrassing behaviour. But do you know what? Like I said, fair play to Quinns. They were the better side today, and yeah, we'll look to get our own back at the showdown.
Lads, it's only a game, okay? Happy families when you go home, and thanks for joining us this week as well. It's been great crack. Thanks so much. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Rob. We got a bit of a kicking demo and a class for all of you as well. Nick Evans, former Quinns and All Black 10 why is he not looking forward to this? He's got Benny and I to teach us so we can teach you how to kick properly. I think it's going to be amazing. Yeah, well, maybe not. We'll see in a minute. Stoop, it's been a great weekend of Derby rugby, but now it's a chance for all of you at home who play the game. It doesn't matter what level you are, how old you are, whether you're good, bad, we don't care, because Nick Evans is going to teach us all how to be more or less professional athletes in 7 minutes. Yeah, you're up for that? Like Benny, obviously, like he's skillful.
I got the Preds on.
He's got. Oh, he's good.
I don't, by the way, so that's all right.
I'm a rubbish rugby player. He was a good rugby player, but he's a second row. So we represent a lot of the population out there. So really, it's for folks who are kicking a ball on a weekend, having a bit of a laugh. Teach us some of the basics. You know, that's what we want.
Okay, well,
what do you want to start with?
Okay, the most probably two important things. One would be the drop. Okay,
right.
So to be like I did actually, funny enough, I did a lot of Aussie rules coming through when I was in New Zealand. So played Aussie rules, went to Australia, did a lot a bit through their academy, me and a couple of guys. So what we learned around was a lot of drop work. So the key around is getting same hand over the same foot, hitting towards the same target.
Okay. You mean dropping the ball on the foot?
Yeah, dropping the foot.
Oh, right. Okay.
A lot of work on that. So we would go around. We get in there, a lot around, just walking around, just doing this. There was a lot of this kind of stuff, like just making sure you get in the hand to the foot to the drop. You'll notice if you start dropping on the outside, the ball's going to go to the right. Drop on the inside. So get a couple of balls.
So like
and a lot of it is just yeah. So you can see already. Yeah. You're dropping it like I used to do when I was 4.
Well,
so you're doing this. So you're doing that. What happens with that? Yeah. So if you can hold on to the ball, so try if you can. I used to get my ring finger down the seam line and see. Watch how much control I have on the ball. Just dropping it onto the ball, almost placing it onto my foot. Almost placing it onto my foot. And so that gives you a real consistent drop.
It's like 50 years of retraining required here.
Because what happens if you don't have a consistent drop, you can't have trust in your kicking process, because your drop's going to be on the inside of the foot, which means it's going to go to the left, on the outside of the foot. So that's probably one of the key things. So just walking around. So any young kid out there, I would say, even just starting to warm up, or even around the house, like walking up and through the corridors, just how often can you get that consistent drop? Just should be right over the foot, hand to foot, and that'll give you a real consistent drop. That's probably the first one.
Particularly if there's stuff that's really breakable around the house, Benny.
That's always
best to have a ball.
Well,
in
it's
there.
good. It's good positive reinforcement. If you're breaking windows, you're probably not getting your drop right. Which is good.
So
Martin was positive reinforcement.
And then you might buy you a couple of ones on that. But
we're middle of the pitch here, right? Say we wanted to stick one in the corner. Okay.
Yes.
And it's like, do you go spiral? Do you go like end over end?
I'll come over here. So me being Aussie rules, coming from Aussie rules, I went straight to the drop punt. Right. A lot. Yeah, I wasn't a Rona O'Gara, sit in the pocket. All right, spiral opportunity. So for me, I felt I had way more control.
Well, on that, where are you looking to hit the ball? Which part of the ball are you looking to hit?
Hang on now. There's a young kid who's got a chance to make it in the game, and he needs a couple of lessons. It's Marcus, is it? And Marcus, you're from London. It's great to see you. Yeah.
Pros do it, mate.
This is Nick Evans.
Nice to meet you.
Actually, he's just talking about ball placement and dropping it on the foot, and how when you're a kid you tend to do this funny little lifty thing before you kick it. What did you do when you were a kid with the ball? Were you just always carrying one around the house?
Yeah, I used to lob it around all the time. I got 2 younger brothers, so we used to play all sorts of ball games, whether that be football, rugby, cricket. And I think there's a lot of transferable skills. In terms of rugby ball, probably my natural thing was to just lob it up and just try and smack it as hard as I could.
Well, we're going to go for the corner. So what kick are you going to teach us all to kick?
So I'm going to try and get you to do something. So when I was coming through, a little bit of compensate would be if I'm kicking to Ashy, who's about, I don't know, like, was he 20, 30 metres away. Yeah. It's quite easy sometimes to keep it over your foot, but as you go to kick it, you come out of it, you look, your weight goes backwards. Okay. And what happens is you suddenly lose sight of the ball. Okay. What happens is you go through, you come up like this. So I want you to try here, and it might be hard, when you kick, land on your kicking foot. Okay. So when you kick, this is going to get you to kick, and you're going to kick and land on your kicking foot, and that's going to get you through the ball. So if I go one and kick through, I'm going to land on my kicking foot.
Nearly got straight to it.
Nearly straight to it. A little bit short. I've got trainers on. I don't have the frames on. So as you go through, try and kick. His ankle. So what happened there? You're looking up at the sky. You're looking up at the sky.
Another go.
His ankle. What's your ankle?
What did you do?
I may have torn something.
You didn't land on your kicking foot.
No, because I was so...
His ankle sore.
I was so busy thinking about landing on the foot.
Yeah, that's good. Nice, that's good. Culture. I still reckon you can't land on the foot.
Go on, Marcus, have a go. Go on.
Hey, I'm going to fall over. Look at this. He's going to do it in his shoes now.
It's all right. He'll have another free pair by the morning. Zero. Better.
You're putting up contestable kicks here. You saw a few of those today.
Okay, let's try another kick.
There it is.
Yeah, that's a bit of a hook.
Okay, we'll try a spiral then. Marcus is very good at spiral.
This is mortifying.
Try a spiral.
Spiral. Okay, so what's the key to a spiral, Marcus? What's the key to a spiral?
So key to a spiral is the same. So you want to connect middle of the foot. The key thing is the drop as well. So you don't want to lob the ball in the air, especially in this country in the winter months. You don't want to leave the drop up to the elements. So I try and go. So if I'm aiming at Ashley here, he's middle. I split the ball in half, and I try and go same as what Snap said. Through the ball, through this side of the ball and try and make it turn this way.
Okay.
So forget about trying to make it spiral.
You go.
I'm not going first again. I'm now carrying an
foot.
injury. Can't believe I scuffed it.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's all right.
There you go then.
It wasn't a tight, wasn't a
Not
tight
tight.
spiral.
There it is.
Hey, there he is.
Got it.
Okay.
From Leicester, see? Love that.
Oh!
I'll tell you what, we're good coaches.
I know.
You guys are
There
really,
it is.
You guys are really compliant.
Hang on.
You guys are really compliant.
Okay.
The compliance is brilliant.
Want to go drop goals? Drop kicks?
Can do.
Drop
We're
kicks.
going over the
Okay, what? Kickoffs.
Kickoffs. Actually, you're receiving.
There you go.
And no shouting, miss it with Nick kicking. Not nice.
Wait, should we that up, shall we?
Okay.
That was a fun day.
Why do you all do this when you did? Is that you literally
Checking the bounce.
Okay.
You're checking the bounce, really?
Checking the
Okay.
bounce.
This is our last kick of the day.
Yeah.
So,
You go.
So what are we aiming to do? Get under the ball, get it high.
It depends where you're kicking. So if you're kicking short, like
Long to Ashy.
So you're going long to
Well, it is.
Ashy.
She's got to run into it.
Yeah. So you are going to have to run into it because it's a long way.
No, well, it's long. Not to him. All right.
Do you want to
You know, after you.
Okay.
You've got to let bounce.
Oh, you put me off.
Oh, Benny, come on, Benny. Oh, we should finish.
I tell you, you don't see that. You don't see that often.
Okay, let's. Okay, one each. Okay, at the same time. Ashley's the target. 1, 2, 3. This is how we're signing off, folks. Oh, both absolutely brilliant.
That wins.
Thanks so much, Nick. Thank you so much. Thanks to all of you. Right tackling.